This was a business that had fixed costs that were too high. They were losing about $100,000 a year. And they had lots of contracts in place with third-party suppliers. They had a £3,500 a month SEO contract. So this is a business that was losing they were an American business that were losing $100,000 a year, yet they still had a £3,500, let's call it $4,000 SEO contract monthly, right? So we've got to keep it, because if we don't have our SEO contract, we're not going to get our traffic. I was like, hang on a minute, you're not going to have a business if you keep the SEO contract. And also the SEO contract is driving 99% of people to the blog, and the bounce rate is like 99%. There's been 0 add to carts from anybody in the last 30 days from your blog traffic. Cut it now. It's not like the SEO is going to drop off a cliff like the moment. Cut it. Straight away.
If you've had an SEO agency for long, for someone who I used to actually work at an SEO agency a long time ago. It was my own SEO agency.
I was going to say, who was that? Was it mine? Were you doing something on the side?
I used to run SEO for other people. That's one of the first things I did when I was really young. Actually, the story about it was I was working for Siemens, and you rang up a guy who wanted some SEO, and I was about 28, and he said he wants some SEO. So I walked down to Borders and bought a book on SEO, and went, yep, I could do SEO. And that was my first SEO client. I just read a book.
It sounds like the Hammersley Brothers. Yeah.
Anyway, but what I was going to say is that it's not like, if you've been running an SEO and you've been running a client for a long time, you probably, if you are behind the scenes, you realize that it will have run out of stuff to do. If you have an SEO contract, for the first 3 months, you have loads of stuff you're doing, other stuff. Like by the fourth month, you're going, how the hell can I write another article about casters that go on supermarket trolleys? I'm like, I am out of ideas. One of the last customers I did was casters, and I had to try and find interesting blog articles to write about casters. And I was like, the only thing I could think about was like go-karts that had casters on the bottom of them and things like that. It was painful. But SEO, for an SEO company, it's big money for them. So there's lots of SEO companies about, because compared to Google, if you're spending $10,000 a month on Google, the agency only gets 10%. Whereas if you're spending $3,000 on SEO, they get it all. Most of the time, they might have to buy some link building and all that kind of stuff. But the margin on it is massive. And so therefore, even though a lot of the time, many of them are dreadful, the margin and the incentive for them to pretend it's good is huge. Because if you think about an SEO agency, they only have to get 4 clients, and they're turning over 20 grand a month, an individual.